Hey guys, welcome back to VRML. I guess welcome back for those of you who were maybe on the other channel with us. On channel 2, just finished up that match between Lost and Team Forecast. But starting off here with a new one, with a couple of teams that I'm really excited and hoping to get streamed. It's not Lost, it's Fox Force 5, as we get Dave Fox, one of the namesakes of course, just hopped into the match. Over on the blue team. So good to see him and good to see them all up in here. Now they're going to be facing against the Outlaws, which is a very, very strong team. And I'm curious to see how this goes. Of course, goes without saying for the players here on Fox Force 5, a smattering of very experienced players over the last 2-3 years now. Over on the side of Outlaws, mostly newer players to the scene, the competitive scene for Echo Arena. I think B-Stands has been around a little while. But for these other guys here, you know, they're coming in and they're one of the numerous teams who have continued to impress and show that their names deserve to be known. As is the case with so many really impressive stories and impressive players that have cropped up over the weeks and the months. And SirDimwi in there as well, stopping by saying, "Oh, Mercy Hunter's debut on Final Fantasy." What? Yeah, on Fox Force 5, which is great to see. See Sphinx VR in there, as well as Fast Furious, who's also in the game, but also in the chat. Apparently, he's still waiting on Dave Fox to come back again, maybe, possibly, hopefully. Don't want to delay too long, of course, just because the tight schedules on the stream, so. So that said, who else we got? We got Thunder Ragnarok. We've got Polyhedron, Lil Red Wolf, and Sugar Fluff. So some faces from Channel 2 just moments ago, and some new ones joining us here on Channel 1. All right, so what's up to all you guys? Hope you're doing well, and that your guys' week has been well. Didn't get the chance to cast yesterday, unfortunately, but glad to be back here today. Getting a lot of those teams knocked out on the streams that we haven't had streamed in a while. That's kind of been the goal. I mean, it's always the goal, don't get me wrong, but especially this week. You know, midway through the season, we've gotten such a huge percentage of the team casted throughout the league now, and still growing up to the 170s in the team counts now, which continues to boggle my mind slightly, as I mentioned earlier. You know, came into the first week or two thinking there'll be inevitable drop-offs. It's natural. Happens in any game, any league, right? Nope, not Echo Arena. Just keep growing. not a complaint. But with that being the case, we're going to continue streaming and streaming. And streaming. I think that's a Ariana Grande song. Keep streaming and streaming and streaming. Something like that. Anyway, we're hoping to start. From what I got from the open comms, it sounds like Dave Fox was restarting his computer and is almost back, which I hope maintains. Or proves to be the case, because otherwise I really don't want to cancel this stream. It'd be the second today and would make me mighty sad. There's Dave Fox, thank you. All right, so hopefully they start here in a second. No issues. See, Galactic Rift with the ease, and well, exactly Galactic, we are going to ease into this stream in the next few seconds. Fingers crossed. All right, so they're here, exactly, and I'm here. And you know who else is here? I don't even think I mentioned it. Shame on me. So much for subtlety. So joining me here on the stream, on the cameras side of things. And on that note, too, between the casters and the cameramen, we've got some more coming. In fact, a few more integrated into VRML this week. We're going to get them all set up and trained, but we do have Adam Fly, TFH, PamWow, and Dipman. You might recognize some or all of those names indeed joining the casting crew. There might be some others yet over the next several days. We shall see. But over here in a daze off a stun, getting it lost. It's a KFC Gamer with a disc off into the bottom ramp now, into the blue side. Still MVM taking it away. And Rage Gamer subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much in the clutch. Appreciate that. As it gets taken here, B-Stands has it taken instead by Mercy Hunter. Mercy Hunter hunting for the 3-point hits right off the bat here, about 32 seconds in. So great way to start off, and right off that backboard, kind of giving Dimwi the nod, and maybe Mercy Hunter seeing what Dimwi was saying in the Twitch chat there. But yeah, Mercy Hunter, very well-versed player in Echo Arena for sure, a multi-year veteran, and yeah, has played plenty in competitive play and pubs and before and what have you. I mean, been all around the block. Great to see Mercy coming in on another one of these vet teams as that just careens off that backboard back into KFC's hands. So Fast Furious, just a minor juke and off the backboard. Not even sure if that was on purpose, but I wouldn't be terribly surprised. I've actually seen a couple players take a similar looking shot before. Always going for those clever angles, but look at the speed coming in here from KFC. Flying through like a fried chicken, but it's going to be taken by Dayfox right back to the barrier underneath. And they almost get it, but right back to the rebounded hands of Billy. Billy the GOAT, just to say the greatest of all Billies. 5 points. And I know I'm getting a little silly, but Fox Force 5, 2 minutes into this one. Good start for them. It's been a few weeks since we've seen them streamed. They had their debut stream versus Toxin back in maybe week 2 or 3. I think it was week 2. And we streamed them then, and it was they did come up a little short against Toxin, but it was still one of those cases where we said, you know, give them some time. They're going to be a really good team here with Fox Force as a forced shot gets stolen out there, stunned out, and taken back by Fast Furious, but not quite fast enough, but definitely Furious on the miss as it gets sent into the midfield. Southern Sniper now back up to the top ramp where it gets collected by Mercy Hunter, and that goes on through. But yeah, taking a look at, as this gets taken back by B-Stands, but taking a look at the Fox Force players here. Since that one loss, they've won their last 4. So pretty much a testament to exactly what Dimwi and I had said. I think it was us two casting that match, and just that they'd be fine, you know, given a little bit of time. That was their first match off of who knows how much rust. I don't know when the last time those players had played up until that point, coming in week 2, but you know, these are guys who've played plenty in ESL, and like I said, great to see. But meanwhile, I know there's been a lot of great talks being had here for the side here of Outlaws, as just being one of those super impressive teams as well, newer to the scene, and just making their mark known. So this does get lost for quite a bit of time as Dayfox goes off that backboard again, but maybe the one too many attempts through that well, as it goes right into the wedge and back into the tunnel on the clear and retrieval though. So once again, we're stuck here in the midfield, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with a little middling play, as trying to meddle in that play is KFC. Feel like I'm saying that name a lot, all over the place. See Visionary Ender over there with the 5 whole bits. Thank you so much to Visionary. And off that, good vision, but a backboard shot against. That is what, the 4th attempt in a row, perhaps. Maybe 5th. They keep going off that backboard, not paying off the last couple attempts. So let's see if they can vary it up. A nice cross! And no love lost. Billyisms on the shot. Gets the 7th point here for Fox Force. I'm just realizing I missed the opportunity earlier to say Fox Force with 5. That's okay. Galactic Rift saying my favorite line ever from Palidore is flying through like a fried chicken. Well, don't you KFC what I did there? Anyway, in the pocket, it's going to be taken now back here as a pileup forms, slung back into the barrier area. It's diving out as NVM. NVM getting the bottom lane clear. That's going to bounce fairly close, but not too much in danger of the goal, as there is some time for Fast Furious to collect, and it does. So the clear going through, and a dropout. Unfortunately, now it is a 3v4. Mercy Hunter looks like crashing out of the game, leaving. So they do have the lead, 4:44 left in this match, or in this first round, that is. But now, gonna have to be a bit extra defensive, I think. If you're Fox Force, at the very least, try and get your player back, but don't give up any threes. So, oh, missed opportunity, but make that doubly so. One missed grab and then one missed shot, so kind of nullifying each other on that one. Dave Fox retaining the disc, trying to work it into the midfield as NVM goes to that left lane. There's a triangle, that ever classic formation we've known from Echo Arena in years past, but one that I think most people are happy to see it gone, with the 4v4 being a thing now. But of course, every now and then you get those 3v3 situations, you see that triangle unfold, and you just see it's so very dependent on the positioning when you're dealing with just 3 players. You have to do everything right, and Billy did just that. They're up by 9 points. They're down by 1 player. Doesn't matter. They've got the lead. So still waiting here. Might be a reset coming in the next second or 2, maybe not. 3:34 left in this match, so I can assume at least, ideally, they got Mercy the invite back, but seemingly not opting for a reset, perhaps. Unless they're trying to communicate that now, which looks like is probably the case. So, all right. It was a little bit of a false alarm, as one player does eventually retreat to press that button way back in the spawn zone. And not an ill-advised choice or anything like that. I think maybe just not realizing for the Outlaws that a restart had been asked for. But not a bad move by Fox Force. Yes, they're up by 9 points, but it wouldn't be the first time we've seen teams get a little bit too lax. Like, it's a comfortable lead, sure, but especially it being a 4v3 situation. I mean, you're a couple quick defensive jousts and some quick threes away from suddenly being very much in danger of allowing Outlaws to come back. So would be a wise move to get Mercy back in here in the next couple seconds or couple minutes, I suppose. But redirecting over to the chat, see Minty hopping in. Well, welcome. Suddenly the chat got a lot more fresh. And Sugar Fluff in there, fresh and sweet. And B stands in the chat and the game as well. What you brawling at? So trying to, I think, maybe communicate here. These teams were running some, as is the case, open comms, and so I usually keep them muted in my end when that's the case. But yes, Galactic Rift shouting out the 41 viewers tuning in, 40 plus. Yeah, welcome guys. Glad to have you. Thanks for the follows as well. See Nightingale with the follow, and Strange Illusion. Well, no illusion on that one. I see you perfectly clear. See J-Con in there as well. Bruh Chain. What you mean? Talking about this cast? It's off the chain. That much I know. So after this match, by the by, for those tuning in now or maybe a little bit later, 15 minutes from now, granted, depending on how long this timeout lasts and if this goes to 3 rounds, could be slightly delayed. We'll see. Hopefully not by too long. It'll be one of those cases once more where teams are given about 5 minutes on the timeout and up to about 3 or so, 2.5 or so, but I won't be able to delay terribly long depending on how things go. So ideally, they'll be able to get their player back in soon, so we can continue this. But yeah, in the next match in this set of games tonight, we have Kangarillas facing off against Spaghetti, 2 master tier teams. Going to be fun to watch. Spaghetti's always a very interesting one. They give a lot of those top few teams a pretty good fight, and they've only gotten better and better over the months since their introduction back in November for preseason 1, as Mercy Hunter just gets back into the match. Exciting. But that'll be casted by not by myself, but by me, myself, with Subtlety on the cams, and SirDimwi will be joining. So that'll be fun. Following that, in about an hour and 13 minutes from now, there'll be another Kangos match, which is to say Kangarillas versus Instinct, another master tier team that we're all well familiar of course. The team there of of Ender / Visionary in the Twitch chat. But that'll definitely be a fun one to watch in the very near future, too. Meanwhile, during the Instant Kangos match, in another hour plus from now, I'll also be doing There Is No Team facing off against Servo on Channel 2. So you got some options. Got some options. I know Sputnik will also be joining for one of those casts later. So, yes, with that said, we got ourselves the continuation of this round about to begin. 9 points up here in the first for the Fox Force. And a little bit off course on that Zhao Split getting it back is B Stands. Now Fast Furious over to KFC. KFC's trying to set up shop, but the restaurant just got closed by Mercy Hunter, hunting that chicken. And going through the bottom now, bouncing off the ramp. It's going to be pretty close to a goal. Luckily, not going through. That would have been, I mean, if all the shots to go in, that would have been perhaps the most momentum-busting one, if it had. Nonetheless, NVM with a bounce attempt. That's not going to reach anyone except the enemy team here. Fast Furious with a clear bouncing on every corner there of the tunnel, where Dayfox does retain. Now, sending it to Mercy. Mercy Hunter! And that's a 12-point lead. Not cheaper by the dozen at all. That was a very rich shot from the back spot. Galactic shouting out Spaghetti, or as I like to call them, Spagoodles. Gotta love the Spagoodle noodles. Excited to see what they're gonna show on stream in the very near future. See Rage in the chat as well, saying "Noise indeed, rejoice" as the scores continue to come on through. Fast Furious trying to get one from for their team, as a nice pass goes here to KFC, just soft enough to the shoulder, and there's a one-on-one going over for B Stands. Brings it back, much like his namesake, to within 10. So good cuts, good deliveries, and the patient plays. You know, force that goalie to crank the head a few different directions, and then just have to save that essentially head on, which is always a tough task to do. So, we're 12-2 on the scoreboard, and 140 left in this match, in this first round, that is. KFC getting good stun. B Stands coming away with it, so see if they can make a play. It's going to be tough to mount a huge comeback, but just, as we always say, you get these late game plays, even if you're losing a round. If you can start putting things together towards the end, that just means you can come out, out of the gates of round 2 even better. Maybe have a more effective one. So let's see. This is some really nice passing from the entire team here on Outlaws. KFC taking it and just trying to be super patient and evade that defense while still finding the appropriate pass. This is gorgeous passing, in fact, coming through for Outlaws, and they get the score. So pretty, it should be illegal. But 4 points here, not 40, but might be worth 40 there. Just for that great passing. That was so many patient and precise passes placed, despite the fact that the defense was pressuring pretty well, especially on that bubble. So fantastic goal there. Again, a little bit out of hand to really make a comeback out of it and take this round, but they're doing the right things to maybe have a much more effective second. So we will see how that one goes. Now, KFC the Gamer with the disc here, going to take that one and have another chance perhaps as they retain it one more time. Another clear is going to find Envy in that back line, but Envy going to Billy. And Billy, the soft cross on over to Dayfox, and will it be in? No, it's taken out there. Fast Furious with a pass. Pass Furious to Gamer. KFC, that is. And as this clock runs down, it'll be Mercy Hunter with maybe one more attempt off the backboard, but pinned off again by Fast and Furious. He's delirious with all those great defensive saves. So, 12-4 this round will end, but still a nice last few minutes for Outlaws, showing a lot of that exact offensive and just that team potential that we talked about, why they've been getting a lot of good compliments and kind of turning heads as one of the new teams into the league this season. So, very effective round from them. But as we can see from the Fox Force folk, it was 6 apiece for both Billyisms and Mercy Hunter. Doing some good work. 25 stuns as well for Mercy, leading the way by about double of everyone else. Triple in some cases. But yeah, for Envium, it was 4 saves. So a really nice defensive effort from Envy and just playing that backline role. Dayfox with 3 assists and 7 stuns. So Dayfox not getting the scores, but just as important, finding the appropriate pass to a scoring player. Over on the Outlaws side of things, it was B-Stands and Southern Sniper, 2 points apiece. KFC the Gamer, 1 assist, 1 save, 1 steal, and 12 stuns, so a full bucket of stats. And of course, got to shout out Fast Furious real quick because those 6 saves, they were sick saves and doing a really good job just to take it over and over as we go on over to round 2. Over and out as Mercy Hunter rolls out, but it's KFC. There's the man or the hen, rooster. I don't know, but off the roost, and now the disc getting knocked loose, sent out here by Fast Furious, and it's going to bounce off its side wall, right into the nice leech, and the take from Fast and Furious, but unable to convert on a score. A great opportunity, but just not able to get those 3 points. That would have been a great way to start out and really puts the Fox Force team a little bit on their heels. You know, they were feeling pretty good for the majority of that first round, but lost a little bit of the steam towards the end. See John Tejada, Tostada, Frittata, stop again. What's up? What's going on? We got some matches. How you doing, though? Glad you joined us, and right now joining a go into the mix. It's, well, NVM almost with a save. I don't want to take a guess at who that actually was, but a good shot nonetheless. And while they won't get the 3, they'll get the 2 at least, and that's some good consolation points, if nothing else. And Fast Furious is the one who shot that. So, got the goal, and they're up here first on the scoreboard. That said, I'm just realizing the time is wrong, which makes me very, very sad, but, you know, it's timeout button. Anyways, 2 points here, 2 minutes left. Not really, as these teams try to situate themselves. Yeah, there was a restart with, around 3 minutes left or so in the first round, and teams did forget to restart the times. So a little bit short, maybe just a little bit. But ideally, get this started off soon. Not exactly sure what the time might have been, but when they took that initial timeout, there was a couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes at least. So, first goal of this one should count, will count towards the way of Outlaws. And possession there, I imagine, to Fox Force. So get that reset. Looks like they're going with 8:42. And let's see how Fox Force comes back. All right, so with that back on the clock, and hopefully no more of those issues, which, you know, happens, not the fault of the players. It's just, it happens. For instance, every time teams do that, I still keep forgetting to maybe ping them and remind them, so I don't even remember myself. So I can hardly blame the players when, even as a caster who's seen this happen a lot of times, I don't always remember. But they got it, I hope. See Grumpiest Broom, though, in the chat there. What's up? Got Mr. Cuckoo Head as well. What's up? And Rage absolutely raging at the improper time. Just absolutely giving it to the players in the chat. But yeah, easy mistake. And I'm also kidding. Rage ain't raging. And hopefully no more timeouts and no more agent as we go here for the last, well, I say last, but I mean 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second round. So still plenty of time to burn. Will be the joust by the Blue Crew and Fox Force. Dayfox getting that one knocked loose a bit. Same with KFC, eventually collecting it as B-Stands. Now a lot of players there in the tunnel. Six of them, in fact, as they all try to converge on the disc and just go back and forth. Bit of a tug-of-war going on, it seems like, as it gets sent into the bubble. There will be a couple players there for Fox Force. It's Mercy Hunter going off that backboard again, and will not be in as Billyisms takes that disc right back. The goalies bothered a bit, and just enough, in fact, to get the 2-point tie. 8 minutes left here, and tied up at 2 apiece in round 2. Dennis the Legend also in the chat. Saying money. Where? Where is the money? Are we talking about this match? Because I agree. Fast Furious, the clear. Going to bounce there into, well, actually just right directly into Billy's hands. Not even bouncing, but right now trying to bounce up for another couple points for Fox Force. They can. Losing the handles though on that. And a big shot and a accurate one. Fast, Furious, accurate, ridiculous. It's 5-2, favoring Outlaws. So there you go, a continuation of what we saw in round one. The last few minutes, it's definitely got Outlaws feeling very warmed up now and feeling in as good position as anyone, you know, in terms of being able to just have a strong round and maybe force the third. We'll see. Right there, the overshoot, or just the missed grab, rather, 4 different hands unable to grab it for Fox Force. So Fast Furious is going to get that disc and try and send it to the midfield. There's B stands with it, and right back to Fast Furious. Nice disc control being shown. Very nice, in fact, as some more passes are sent to and fro as they go into the goal, trying to work their way up that floor. A slinger of a pass there from KFC, a full 360. A lot of wind beneath those wings as B stands comes in with one more pass towards the barrier, but Southern Sniper stunned out nicely by Dave Fox and Mercy Hunter, both kind of guarding that mid lane pass. And now as they try to collect their boost, you can see a good stack, or a good leash coming through from Mercy Hunter, but a slight overshoot on the disc. Still able to get the disc back eventually, wrangle that one and send it, but no one there, unfortunately. But Mercy maybe just making up for said mistake with the nice punch boost to get the disc back himself, so no harm done as we now approach the 6-minute mark. And NVM trying to find Dave Fox on the other end. Dave Fox going down below. Some very nice defense being shown from Fast and Furious. And another intercept, though, from Envy once again. So it will maintain this kind of frantic pace. The disc getting lost a couple times as he shot off the backboard again. And I feel for Fox Force, they're really going to that well an awful lot off those 3-point backboard shots. But aside of that those first couple hits in round one, it has not brought them the same success here in the last, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, dating back to that first round. But definitely going to it an awful lot here. And now it will be KFC the Gamer trying to send it over to B stands at the bow tie. He's going to anchor off and push off there for Fast at last. Gets the shot 7-2. Go in favor of Outlaws. Very nice second round for them, absolutely. So making a case for themselves as we get Fox Force right back into the joust advantage. Making their attempt. And let's see. Will be sent out into the tunnel, but it's going to be off that corner panel now. A couple different times, bouncing into that orange bubble. Missing the hands of a few as Mercy Hunter tries to collect it with Billy. Billy getting stunned. Dave Fox over diving from the bow tie and finding that goal. Backboard again, and oh, Southern Sniper saved it, sort of. It's a lot of S's, but yeah, a shot off the backboard, so it turns it into a 2-pointer at the very least. But yeah, Fox Force continuing to go for those backboard threes. And honestly, Fast Furious inside that goal has shown more than capable of saving them. So even though that one goes in, I'm not sure for Fox Force it's going to be what they need if they keep going to that well too many times. That said, it's going to be really great for Fox Force if they can get that disc back and have another attempt. But as I said that, it's going to be a stun and a clear from B stands. Now, Beast and KFC trying to make their way into the blue zone. But out of that end zone, Billy with a clear into the wedge. Now going to be up high, taken here at the top pockets as Dave Fox tries to drop it off, but will be, again, more stuns coming through and just retreating back into the back line. They got some spaces for some back lane passes if they want here. And really for the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this second round, if the Outlaws, regardless if they're able to really score or not, you know, if they can just be in control and be patient with the disc, they can definitely run some clock and have a good chance at upsetting Fox Force in the second round with that comeback. Some good momentum their way for sure, as Chad is pointing out. Dave Fox trying for the backboard play again, but this time it's going to be stolen. That said, oh, fortunate look, but unfortunate results. Envy going for another play towards that pass to Billy. Billy being stunned. And oh, finally, Mercy Hunter gets the goal to go. A very soft shot sailing in. 1-point match as a result. So there you go. Fox Force is still in position to make a comeback themselves, but not to beat a dead horse, but I really think they need to stray away from those backboard plays because it's being read over and over from those goalkeepers on Outlaw's side. But that said, eventually getting the 2-point plays, if they can look for those cross passes and things of that nature, Fox Force will have a great chance at coming back. This roster is more than capable, definitely, of doing exactly that. So I think focusing more on the team and seeing if they can just take the defense off guard here. Dave Fox, kind of a shot there from a tight corner on 2 different defenders. They're still going to get this back. It looks like Dave Fox trying to approach, gets the disc back, and tries to bounce it over to himself. Dave Fox being clever with that disc and now having it lost up towards that top cloud. It's going to be taken by Mercy. Mercy pressured by KFC and trying to get a pass to Day. So Day up high. And Billy from the sky back to Day and turning to Knight in a 1-point lead for Fox Force 5. 1:45 remaining in this second round. And the lead all of a sudden from Fox Force. So, all right. Let's see how this one ends here. I mean, at the moment, now Outlaws surely feeling some of that pressure. As you can kind of see there, just a forced pass that didn't really go anywhere they wanted to, and those are the tangible momentum shifts you can just see and you can feel. And Fox Force doing a great job these last few minutes to start coming around. Because look at that, they're looking basically like Outlaws did in the last few minutes of round 1, and they carried that over into the next round. Going over for that soft passing play, Dave Fox gets it through for the 2. It's a 3-point lead now with 1 minute. This is definitely a flip-flop, unfortunately for the Outlaws. Unlike round 1, there isn't an option to have a chance at that 3rd round in this case. So even though Fox Force, it was as if they're kind of falling off with that steam. All it took was this late run the last couple minutes, and they are back in it, and they're ahead for that matter. And there's just not a lot of time, especially with disc control now. So Dave Fox with it, goes for it around the post, and they're just trying to make the most out of every opportunity. They really don't have to rush at this point. One score will definitely seal this one. Behind the back, a little bit of steez, but off the backboard one more time, and Envium closes the game. That's round 2. 4-point lead here, and that's going to be a conclusion to this one. So as we do get the scores up on the board shortly, we won't be able to dwell on it too long, as we do have the King Gorillas and Spaghetti game coming up imminently. A few minutes late to that one, but not too far behind. So we will go to the stats, give everyone a look at the highlights and such. And actually reading the Discord chat, it looks like they may not even have a server lockdown for Spaghetti King yet. So we might not actually be in that much of a rush after all. But main point is we'll go to the stats nonetheless. And Fox Force 5, you know what? They brought it back together. They did a great job of it, for sure. I mean, it looked like they were kind of dead in the water for a while. The momentum was really going the way of Outlaws. And Outlaws, like I said, we're giving them their compliments. I haven't been personally able to see them or stream them nearly as much as I would have liked, which is why I was excited to see this game and cast this one. And glad that we did. Because, yeah, that was just... They showed a lot of good things against these veteran players, but at the end of the day, it was that veteranship that did win out in this particular occasion. But Outlaws, obviously, hugely bright future, a lot of impressive plays, fast, furious, great saves. I mean, 7 of them. Got to point out that stat real quick. On the Fox Force side, Mercy Hunter leading with 10 points, 53 stuns. Definitely a thumbs up to Dimwi on that call. Mercy showing what Mercy's been doing for some years now. But that said, we are definitely going to go and switch over to the next match now. So stay tuned. Kangaroos and Spaghetti coming right up with Dimwi joining the cast. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League. This is Season 2. This is Week 5, and this is a great time to be alive for Spaghetti and Kangarillas. This match coming up right quick here. On the casting desk today, it's so much for subtlety on cams, and I'm Palidore. By my side, SirDimwi. How are you doing? And how about this match?
How about Mercy Hunter? Huh?
Oh yeah, Mercy
Right.
Hunter joining Kangarillas, and yeah.
No,
Yeah, in that last match, the Fox Force 5 making a very impressive showing there for Mercy Hunter. Absolutely. It was fun one to watch there. But Fox Force 5 coming back at the end.
yeah. But anyways, no, this match here, this is one. Well, so I mean, it's one of those games, man. You got Spaghetti this is not the first time they play this season. I think this is their second matchup. Kangarillas did take the first one. I'm fairly certain in 2. But Spaghetti, when they played so well against Kang in that game, and it's been a few weeks, it's only a matter of time. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time before other teams are coming in. Teams that last season, weren't up, quote unquote, at this level. It's only a matter of time before they pop in here and start taking down the Kings, Kangarillas, and Joker.
But we'll look at it this way, because they have. You mentioned they played Kang a couple weeks ago, back in week 2, it looks like, and it was 15-8 on that score in the first round, and then 14-10 in the second. So both went to Kang, but that's not a huge margin. Since then, Spaghetti's gone on to take a match against Synapse in 3 rounds. They've gone to contest Illuminati in a really close series of matches there. I mean, they only lost by 1 point in 1 round, 2 points the second round against Illuminati just this past Sunday. I mean, this is a Spaghetti team that is constantly on the rise. That water's boiling.
It really is. And in this game here, so they're on the left there in orange. They're going to be running with Meatballer, Owl, Blenders, and Oculizator. That is their lineup against Kangarillas here. Of course, Kangarillas playing with their typical 4, Shambitsky, Matt, Skillable Bag, and Loveridge. They're on the right in blue.
Oh, how did I miss this? Hold on. This is a serious development. Meatballer 90s on Spaghetti.
Back on Spaghetti. You know what? That's why it didn't even register. Because he's it's a team he was on in season 1, and it just seems right. Meatball being on Spaghetti as Kang is going to win that joust there.
I guess they're gonna have to adjust that logo again. But right here, it's Kangarillas. They're gonna go for this launch out and quick passing, quick stunning. But yeah, Meatballer back in the mix, in that spaghetti sauce mix. And right now it's Strembitsky, a player with a lot of sauce in his own right, but having it lost to Blenders, getting the clear.
A good clear there by Blenders. Gets past the back line. Opportunity. Ow! He's gonna pop it in. Spaghetti is gonna get the first 2 in this game against Kangarillas. 27 seconds into round 1.
And Spaghetti off to the good start. Twitch chat also off to a good start. Welcome. Didn't get to say hi to you. Apparently Strembitsky stepped in with some exclamations before starting, so hi to him, I guess. Gilligan as well, stopping in, and Wit. We got Rocks Titan. Even Sealable Bag. Missed that. But Dennis the Legend, Sugar Fluff, Galactic Rift, and we'll get to some of you guys more a bit later, because guess what? There's still a match going on here as Loveridge gets the back pass to Strem.
And a miss handle there on that sequence, and that's going to turn over. Meatballer sending it in there to Oculizator. Oculizator down to Owl. Looking at empty. That takes a shot. He hits it for the 3. Spaghetti's up by 5 here in round 1. Just a minute and a half in.
And it's Spaghetti. It's 3-Getty. They're raining meatballs. And ouch, indeed, into the way of Kang's side, because they're down by 5. I mean, Granted, Kang is a team who, as I continue to beat this dead horse every time, they take time to warm up. That much is clear sometimes. It takes them a few minutes. Sometimes it takes them the round. It's not uncommon for Kangarillas. That said, it is not uncommon for Spaghetti over the weeks to start scoring in huge bunches. So this is not a team that Kang can take lightly whatsoever, or else they will be not very lightly salted or assaulted. As Sealable Bag comes off the top, vaults off, it's Loveridge, but has it stolen by Owl. So Owl doing a lot of good work defensively and offensively.
That was fantastic work there. I mean, Kangarillas were on when they were on their rhythm there. That passing was exquisite, and trying to take the shot there was Oculizator, or excuse me, Meatballer. But no, now it's gonna be Al on the near side. Well, Al crossing that one over to Ock up to Meatballer. Ooh, out of reach. And it's gonna be Leverage picking that one up and turning it around for Kang. 2.5 minutes gone here from round one. Kang still scoreless, down by 5.
I don't think that's going to stay the case for too long as Sealable Bag makes that first 3-point play. 27 meters deep. Gets a shot, had a lot of time to actually line that one up as well. So no defenses in the area. And there we go, 2-point match. And we are, 3 minutes into this first round here.
That's Sealable Bag there saying, we ain't ever scared. As, he's just going to send that one in like it's nothing. Like, so butter and some bread there. And 3 minutes in, it's a 2-point game. Chasing this one down is Kangarilla's Leverage, sending that one back there to nobody. Kang gonna easily hunt that one down and turn it around here for an opportunity on, turnover there. Blenders moving in, looking for a cross pass, has a lane, goes up to the ceiling of the Meatballer, bringing it in, plants it for the 2. Spaghetti back up by 4.
Spaghetti, they're not going to let up. They are going to score, and they're going to score, and they're going to score some more. Speaking of, am I delusional or some side of Meatballer being back on the team? Is the ER in his name back? I mean, wasn't it Meatball? It was Meatballer, then it was Meatballs. It Meatballer again. I'm so confused. Why does everyone keep changing their names at Master Tier? You're driving me nuts. But right now, that shot gonna drive them nuts. They missed it as Oculus Tater is gonna get a partial clear as a result.
That one caught in the trap. Turnover though, back to Kang. So Mad on the back line, sending that one up to Strem on the far side. Strem moving in to the bubble. Cross pass. Seal. Ooh, not played. But Leverage able to collect on that one. Oh, Oculizator though with the steal. That's what Oculizator is good at. One of his few of his practice talents. Shot here, not on. Oh, Leverage with the stop.
Leverage. Wow, what a highlight. That was, first of all, Spaghetti. That looked like a guaranteed goal. That was just a beautiful string line of passes all the way down the floor. But Leverage out of nowhere doing the cleanup duties. Meanwhile, Leverage doing some more, just with some stuns in the midfield. Now Sealable's going to retain that. You got kind of a trio of a monkey in the middle being had for a little while. Now that gets stuck in the middle. The nice short-range boost taken here by Oculizator. Oculizator right off that. Wow, that was so close. You can see the creativeness from him. One of the players known for actually developing a lot of these bounce shots you see today.
And that was a bounce shot opportunity there, but Strem now with an opportunity, sending that down to the floor. The Sealable Bag, and he's going to pop that in for the 2. And that's a 2-point game. We're about halfway through round 1. Spaghetti, they're still in the lead here. But as anybody knows, Kang knows that at any moment they could hit a few and come right on back. So Spaghetti's still going to have to hold on to that, still going to have to fight for it, but they're in a good position here halfway through.
Treason is one of the people in the Twitch chat. Nice to see you, as well as Ryan. Talk about people who keep changing their names. We got Boozy and Thunder and Sugar Fluff still, and now we're going to go back here as we'll be reset. And actually, nope, going to be tapped out instead. So good coverage, and Kangarillas, they can take a lead.
So that one's going to be sent into Sealable. Sealable cross to Strem. Excuse me, back to Sealable. And then picked up there by Oculizator. Ock going to send that one through the far side tube, taking the bounce down to the floor there. Going to be a chase for it. Blender's there first. Blender's he's going to get stunned out and a turnover back to Leverage. Leverage for Kang. Going to turn it around under pressure, sending it through mid, and it does make its way all the way down near the bubble.
And perhaps even just recognizing Meatballer there on the other end of the floor was able to potentially receive a pass. So again, even whether shooting or passing, just a lot of players here kind of creative, with the way that they use their different bounces. I mean, Kangarilla's just the same. There's particular teams in the league who use bounces more than others, and Spaghetti is one of them. Kangarilla is much more of kind of a straight up cross passing team, but then you see teams like see Gilligan in there, Wireless Jacks, they love their bounce passes. A lot of European teams love their bounce passes. Right now, they're going to love their crosses, though, and that is hot cross done to tie it up here. Kangarillas, 7 points now on the board.
Yeah, that's Kangarillas right there. I mean, that's you can clip that, study it, and learn a whole lot just from that play. The way they set up, the patience of it, and the way the defense kind of folds up a little bit, and that's what they're looking to do. That's what they're trying to get the defense off balance, and it opens up the lanes, and that's what they got there. And that earns them the tying goal there. 3 minutes to go here in round 1, and Kang back in possession.
Yeah, Kang looking mighty warmed up now and trying to get that over the defense, but it's Oculusator just knocking some sense into them, as will be Meatballer now with a boost that might have an opportunity here to go back up for Spaghetti. So there's the grab, and there is the walk and goal from Meatballer.
And yeah, Spaghetti retaking the lead. So Kangarillas have yet to take the lead here in round one. They've tied it up. But with that goal there, Spaghetti's back up ahead, and we're going to have, how many? 2:17 on the clock once we come out of the tubes here. Kang down by 2. Kang in a position they're not often in, as this one's going to get sent to that near side tube and all the way down into the Spaghetti zone.
And even worse yet for Kangos, they just lost it again here to Blenders, but Mad is there in the back lane. Definitely need to turn up the aggression now, and with the last 2 minutes, you know, they're going to work it in. They're probably going to have a scoring opportunity here, but they, at some point, they can't be trading goals with Spaghetti, or else they're going to be looking at those situations which they have been in before, where they need to make a reverse sweep. So let's see, walking it in. There's a nice cross, tied up again. But like I said, it's all about that defense now.
And again, the patience and the precision passes, and then you watch Spaghetti's defense folds up. That shot, the player with the shot, Shrem in this particular setup, has all the space for the one-on-one there. I mean, he has all the room he wants. It's like nobody else is in the bubble with him. And Kang is so good at that. Kang knows exactly what they're doing, and tying it up here. But another opportunity. Meatballer hits it 13 meters out as he gets stunned out. And that's a 3-point lead with a minute to go. That is huge.
Absolutely is. And I want to also just give partial credit too to Blenders, because he actually denied that deep backlane stack, which might have been the result of what we saw there, that goal left open. This is tough for Kangarillas because, again, the Kango style of play, they're not ones who are super comfortable with, you know, taking those threes on goalies. They can do it, but again, much like the you know, bounce passes and things we were talking about, it's not necessarily in their default wheelhouse. So now they're really in a tough position. They try for it, but the acquisition from Blenders into the pocket now. 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, even for Kang, that was an ambitious shot on the goalie. And now Meatballer clearing this one out. 22 seconds, down by 3 is Kang. Meatballer sending this one in, going to get the flat bounce off the backboard, but picked up by Shrem. Shrem just going to send this one out. A good pass there to Leverage. 15 seconds. Leverage looking to send this one through. A little lag. Going to hit, who was that? Silver Bag, near side wall. Silver Bag going to forward it up. Out of the reach of his teammate, and now it's going to be tracked down by Blender, sending it back with 3 seconds. One more opportunity. No. Round one is going to go to Spaghetti.
Yeah, Spaghetti doing some work, and you know, Kangarillas off to that slow start. They made a nice comeback and, you know, started pulling right back into it, tied up, trying to take the lead. But then Spaghetti, to their full credit, they came back and they didn't allow that momentum to continue boiling over. And that's the result now that we see. It's just a very close game, but the round nonetheless to Spaghetti, ever impressively. And yeah, off to the stats.
Yeah, game high points are to Meatballer, the recent addition. Is that official? Is he officially on the roster? I didn't actually double check that.
Yeah, I mean he's on. Yeah, he's right there on the overlay.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, all right.
According to the Twitch chat, it was like an hour before the game started that he joined.
That is wild, and he picks up the game high points after round one there with 7. 5 there to Al, also picking up an assist and a save. Oculusator with an assist and 2 saves. Blenders with 1 assist and 1 save, and that save from Blenders is that one off that long 3 off the backboard there near the end of round 1. And then over there in Kangarilla, Silver Bag with 5 points, Shrem with 4 points and an assist, Mad with 2 assists, and Leverage with 1 save. And I'm almost surprised, especially given the number of points scored there by Spaghetti, the how few saves I'm seeing over there in Kangarillas, and that's just a testament to the fact that Spaghetti wasn't having to shoot on goalies. They were getting a lot of open threes, which is that's indicative of they're punishing Kangarillas for mistakes, and that's hard to do against a team like Kangarillas.
Yeah, it really did come down to that one open 3 essentially that they made late, losing by that amount. So it'll be Kangarillas now up to them, and they control their destiny here a bit. We'll see what's going to happen in round 2, if we're going to get another one of those round 3s from a Kangarillas game, which we do often see, and they're always entertaining. I'm sure maybe less so for the Kangarillas, but fun to watch.
So Leverage looking for that cross pass, but Mad not able to play it. So it's going to find its way to the far side wall. Handles there by Oculizator, and he's going to send that one towards the tube. Hits the lip. Going to bounce down to the floor there. Oculizator going to clear it out through mid. And all the way down now into the Kang bubble. Race for it. It's going to be grabbed by Leverage, and now trying to turn it around for Kang. Strem on the back line.
All right, so Strem there has a disc at the nest, realizes that he has some time to work it up the floor. Not a problem. That backline defense, you can see spreading the floor a bit and just kind of trying to decide what they want to do. Obviously, don't want to get stuck out with the stuns, so it's going to be just a slow game of chess as they work it up the floor, it looks like.
Yeah, that is what Kang plays. They play Echo Chess. This is not Echo Arena, it is Echo Chess. Despite appearances, cross pass there to Mad. Mad walking it in, gonna Meatball are gonna stuff it. And Silver bag with a slap and a stun. Lover's gonna pick it up. Lover's moving in the bubble and a stop. Oculizator with the stuff, gonna clear it out through the far side tube and a race.
Well, looks like at least for that particular play, the chess match ending in a bit of a checkmate, but as they just had some great defense. That's the thing too with Spaghetti. If their offense is so powerful as it is, and we've seen it across these high-tier matches that they've played in. But yeah, if they can also show that defense, it makes the offense all the more potent. It's so discouraging to walk it into the Spaghetti side of the floor, and over and over now across these 2 rounds so far, we're seeing a lot of turnovers being caused by Spaghetti.
And Kang has been in possession for the majority of round 2 here. Now Al with an opportunity. Al gonna come in for the one-on-one, takes a shot, and he hits it. Spaghetti holds Kangarillas off for almost 2 full minutes. And within a matter of seconds, they turn it around for the first goal of the game, 2 minutes and 4 seconds in. Spaghetti has once again taken the lead.
All right, well, Kangarillas, up to them to respond. It's going to be Mad rolling out with a disc and a lot of time to spare. Spaghetti players all hanging back in the deep orange side of the floor. Rolling it up now is Oculisator to contest Mad, but now stunning Oculus out and stranding him. So perhaps if Kang can play it a little bit faster, they might have themselves a number situation in that goal. Looks like they're trying to do just that. But now Oculisator does retreat. Now they hold it out at the outer edge of the bubble. But look at the great positioning from Kangos. Good delivery to Mad, and the beautiful alley right to Strem. And there's the tie.
Yeah, just more precision passing there from Kangarillas, just one to another, patient, just waiting for the defense to bite on anything. And once they do, you see the defense, it folds up a little bit. They start chasing the disc around, and that's what Kang's trying to do, and they keep doing it. Kang keeps doing it on Spaghetti's bubble defense. Spaghetti's bubble defense has been doing really well. But every time Kang scores, that's what it looks like. And it's very interesting that it keeps working.
Yeah, it's just a clash of styles somewhat there, right? The speed versus steadiness that we're seeing. And trying for that steadiness right now, just the good soft passes between Strem and Leverage there, trying to find Sealbone Leverage rather than Strem in the forward area is unable to get that disc, will be stunned out. That's going to roll very close to the goal, then right back out again. 6 minutes left here. Low scoring so far in round 2.
Surprisingly low scoring, especially when we consider both these teams have that penchant for high scoring. But a drop there on Spaghetti, they're going to lose one as Kangarillas are in possession, but a good play there on the far side wall by Meatball or Oculizator. They're going to pick it up, clear it out all the way back in the Kang zone. And yeah, no.
Yep. So they're going to call for a restart here, but that's a big hit from Blender, especially being down that player, Al. So they're going to try and get him back in and patch up that Band-Aid, but honestly, they didn't need any extra aid on that one. It was just a nice open hit, and that's an unfortunate giveaway, but for Spaghetti, that's huge to be able to convert.
Stunned, man.
You're stunned? Why didn't you block?
Yeah, no, I didn't put my shield up on time.
Well, it happens. Can't all be Gilligans. But getting back into the match, it's Al, and with that, certainly momentum you got to feel might be in Spaghetti's side just based off that. Those are always tough. Not only momentum going for Spaghetti, but just the reverse for Kangarillas. It never feels good when you feel like, man, that really shouldn't have happened. But it happened, and now how do we recollect ourselves and just set off for the last, 6 minutes of this match, of this round, and just come back with some fire again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's Kang's not playing bad. Like they're playing like Kang. It's just Spaghetti has they've gotten some really great reads on passes. They've gotten a couple good saves, but really it's the reads on passes that is doing it here for Spaghetti. And they're not just getting that read; they're getting a good clear, chasing it down, getting there first, and popping it in. And I think you noted, and I'm not seeing it as often as I should be, but I think there's a lot of stunning in the backfield going on that I'm
Yeah.
not noted that I'm not personally seeing. That's preventing Kang from responding on those clear and boosts. That this is just this is a really impressive game so far by Spaghetti.
And sometimes it's just the clash of styles as well between teams, and you see it at the well, at all levels, but especially the master level, where again there are so many quick actions and you're punished so hard for little mistakes and things like that. It's kind of interesting to watch because it's not a 100% of the time type thing, but when you have teams that are maybe more, they favor more quick offense or quick gameplay, then you have teams who favor slower gameplay, and then when those two types of teams clash, well, like I said, it's not necessarily consistent on what wins out over the other, but it definitely there's an active adjustment period that teams have to take. Where if they, I think slow teams a little bit more often maybe, but where you just have to kind of get readjusted and comfortable with having a lot more aggression being played up at times than maybe you're expecting. And it seems like they're, for Kang when they're rolling up into the floor, they are losing their disc at times on the other side just based off this good coverage from Spaghetti. Now getting much good coverage in the goal. It's going to be out again. They're up by 5 here. And that's another goal, 2 or 3 in a row for Spaghetti.
You know, I said it was only a matter of time. I'm not calling it. I'm not saying it yet. I'm just saying, just pointing out that I said that. As that's going to be Kangorilla's what?
Well, I'm definitely noting that. That way, I'm not going to say anything either because I know better. But over here, it'll be leverage with a disc. And yeah, Kang, they still have plenty of time. 5 minutes.
So leverage on the near side wall coming into the tube. Cross pass and another read on the passer. Al's going to get the grab on that one. Send it out, but Mad on the back line. Once again, slowing it down for Kang. Kang collected, just patient. I mean, they're going to play like Kang because that's what wins them games. So Mad he really wants Meatballer to come out to bite on this. And Meatballer doesn't, so go ahead. He sends it into Strem. Strem back to Mad. Mad does some jukes and up to Sealable. Sealable's going to plan in for the 2, and there it is.
No audio, I can't hear.
Uh-oh.
Well, and Strem has now lost apparently audio. Whether that came on the stream or not, I'm not sure. But we got a tech timeout now being taken by Kangarillas as a result. So Strem's going to need to restart momentarily. And on that note, might be what they need. I'm not sure. That was still a good goal for them on the other end. So I'm not quite sure if that hurts their momentum or not. But it was another classic Kang play there for the alley-oop.
Yeah, and it's still down to the patience and the precision passing, looking for those lanes to open up. Just it's like it comes down to sometimes it's not even getting a player to actually come out and attack you. It's to draw their attention long enough to get someone else positioned in a better spot, and then suddenly you have a break in play, and that's what they do. And they're good. They're so good at that. They're so good at it. And it's the Kang style. They're leaning on it in this game here against Spaghetti. I mean, how slow they're attacking the bubble, how patient they are, how much time Kang gets off the clock every time they attack the bubble is really notable.
Yeah, and maybe we can get Subtlety to pull it up, as I do see in the Discord chat being asked for the time there, so maybe you have a look at the last replay and get that for them. But as we do tend to that, or well, by we I mean Subtlety. See, it's good. It's great having cams. Anytime I'm trying to do that and then talk to the Twitch at the same time, just gets all messy. Mom spaghetti and stuff. But Strembitsky back in the game here for Kangos, so won't be too long. Now see also everyone in the Twitch chat again. Shout out to you guys. The chat's been pretty busy, been scrolling by pretty fast. So, as is often the case with these high-tier games and with these, higher viewership matches, I don't get to talk to you as much as I want, but the timeouts give us time. I see Coney in there, Speedy V, John Tejeda Hada Tostada. I see Newton Dad, Sneaky Evil, Llama Cat, Como Se Llama Cat, and we got Schlart, Andy W. You got Cosmo Woe. Thanks for the show. But looks like maybe getting ready to start. I think Subtlety got the 4:27 on the clock. Sounds right. Looks right. Wit even confirming. There you go. Got the cams. We got the mods. We got all of the crew. Really excited to see how these last 4.5 minutes pan out.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting 4.5 minutes here. 3-point game. So that's a 1-goal game. Now Spaghetti does have just advantage, but I mean, once again, we're seeing a Kang not taking a lead here yet. They're still down. We're running out of time here. It is round 2. If Kang loses round 2, that's gonna be it. That'll be Spaghetti in 2. But Spaghetti now, Oculazator sending them across there to Meatballer far side. Meatballer walking this one in, has room to walk, so he's just gonna walk. Sending that one down to the floor there to Ow. Gonna take a shot. He hits it. Yeah, that's gonna extend that lead to 5 once again.
And nice delivery. And what can you say? Al has, first of all, been doing a lot of offensive work. But I'm also noticing with a lot of these plays, too, it just... Unlike the work up into the bubble, which is, slow, you can see from Kangarillas on that other side of the floor, where they'll be right on the outer edge of the bubble, looking and waiting several seconds for those plays to develop. But a lot of these ones from Spaghetti have been a fair bit quicker. It's that one pass into the bubble, and boom, it was done. Mad here now with the disc as Kango's rollout tried to offer that rebuttal.
Yeah, cross pass there to Lovers. Lovers going up there to Strem. Strem, big cross pass there to Sealable, but Ow is gonna once again get the Ow. It's Ow in the bubble is really ridiculous. He's gotten so many intercepted cross passes here. What a grab! What a grab! That took the bounce off the ramp there, the lip of the ramp. Oh goodness, what a grab!
Well, trying to show some lip now and trying to again come back with some sort of aggression. They need to start smacking Spagoodles, or else Spagoodles is going to win, which would be as impressive as anything. But right now, Kang just looking in all kinds of disarray, going for that nice duck through play, passing it to Mad, and he grabs the goal, dropping it off, and it's still a 3-point match. And that is more like the Kangos Spaghetti, you need to hold strong.
Yeah, I mean, we're once again back to 3-point game. And as you say, Spaghetti's got to hold strong. They have 2.5 minutes here. They're going to have to hold it off. Kang, they can do it at the start of this round. They held Kang off on offense for almost 2 full minutes. So it's something they are definitely capable of doing, but that turnover is not going to help them as Mad now sending this one in on the dribble. He picks up his own clear, sending this one in deep, right there in the hands of Ow. And Ow looking to turn around here for Spaghetti, sending it back out, does find its way into that near side too.
See, I'm just seeing between some of these shots and then some of these passes a bit uncharacteristic of Kang at the moment, so it's still looking a little bit chaotic here on the offense, trying to reset, slow it down again. They've gotten some good scores in this round, even though they were, a few minutes separating them, so they need to try and just look for that characteristic play. There it is, and almost getting the save was Oculasator, but nonetheless, I believe that was Strem finding that top corner.
That was a silly shot, man. I don't even know how that goes in. That was, it dinged on the way it dinged where I can't even explain that one. That was magic. Strem in here, pulling some hocus pocus. Strem, the Harry Potter of the league. That was a spell.
Well, suddenly casting has hit a dry spell, but nonetheless, it's gonna go outside the bubble. SirDimwi, I actually kind of like that. Anyways, over here will be Strembitsky, the Alfredo man, as you pointed out, looking for a 3, and actually Noah, too, dunked in. It looked like the angle, the goalie had left it, and there was a chance, but that was a great recognition from Sealable Bag, just right there on the post, and that's pretty classic. Pretty classic Seal.
Yeah, it is, and that is Kangarillas taking the lead for the first time here in round 2 with 1 minute to go, actually 53 seconds once you come out of the tube, so it's going to be Spaghetti with the just advantage, down by 1. Now, Spaghetti, if they lose this, we will go to round 3. Stuff there. Loveridge picking that one up. Loveridge turning it around for Kang. Sending it up to Seal, but he's going to get stunned out. And, Strem is going to plant that for the 2. That's going to be a 3-point lead here. Not out of time yet, but only going to be about 15 seconds to get a 3 to go to overtime.
Kangarillas and Strongbitsky activated here, but Spaghetti They are a cannon, loose cannons, in fact, on offense. And any of their arms can definitely find those shots with some speed, with some fire, and they definitely need a lot of that here in the next few seconds. Instead, though, maybe the second's going to be taken out by, was it Strem? Was it Strem? It was Loveridge, of course, and getting the goal. 15-9. What? The last 2 minutes have been pretty wild. Kangarillas, they got their offensive fire in a hurry, it seems like, and Spaghetti just kind of lost that steam, it seemed like. So round 3 it is, and I'm excited.
Yeah, that was Kang really turned on the juice there. They really cranked it up. They put the pedal to the metal in the last couple minutes. 15-9. I mean, they were down that entire. Right, it wasn't until it was 1 minute left when they finally took a lead. Yeah. 1 minute left when they finally took a lead, and then they finished that one 15-9, 6 points up. That is so Kang.
And you see how fast especially again at this kind of level, and knowing the offensive power from either team, what they can do. It's just funny how quickly that turns around, where it's 1 minute you and I, and same with Twitch chat. You look at it and it's like, okay, oh, Spaghetti, they're gonna sweep, and all of a sudden, boom. Nope, Kang. They're back in motion, and they take that late lead in no time flat.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be wild. And ooh, Spaghetti, you gotta get the headbutt on that joust. Who's gonna collect it first? It will be Leverage. Leverage setting that one to the far side tube. The Spaghetti has the chain, trying to get there, and they do. So Spaghetti now with it, trying to send it through the near side tube. Does get through, gonna bounce to the far side wall. Another race for it. Blender's getting there first. Blender's under pressure by Leverage. Ooh, scuffs the pass, but a good read there by Al, but better read by Leverage. And now Strem's going to get this one sent up to Mad. Now sending it back to Sealable, and Kang is going to set up for an offensive push.
And that was a thing of beauty. Just, I know nothing really happened with it, but that whole passing sequence, it was very fast. They had to evade a few different pieces of Geo there. And Kangaroos now, they're looking much more connected and collected, as Strembitsky will do just that. Whirl around, send it down, Mad, and they're going to town. It's 2 points for Kangos.
Yeah, that's Kang. You know, that's how they play right there. They had the defense caught behind them, and they just kept pushing up. They refused to let up. They refused to let up on the gas. They kept their pace, and they walked that one in, get a good cross pass and put it in. Strem to Mad. And so that's going to be Kang taking that first one here just a minute into round 3. But Spaghetti with an opportunity here. Meatballer on the far side.
Well, Meatballer has it stolen there, so right back into the offense it will be Kangaroos. It looks like you can see the stacks already going deep into the other side. They're prepared. They know where to hit it right off that corner. And ducking, dipping, and now, oh, getting it saved though. Oculus Satyr showing the defense, but right back is Mad. Swings it in, and that's 4 points for Kangos.
Yeah, that's a well-earned goal there. That was a great stop by Occulizator. Was looking to send it out, but somehow Mad comes back with it, and that catches the entire Spaghetti defense off guard. You saw one player try to get back to the goal at the last moment, but too little, too late. So 2 minutes in, Kang now up by 4 here. This is the first time in this game, the first round, where Kang's going to start with the lead and keep it after 2 goals.
Well, we'll see, though, because there's Al. The clutch, but not too much for Strem to get that back. Stacks with Mad. Splits off, a good recognition, but right back at them is Al. So Al's going to be on the mission for the goal off the backboard and almost in the second attempt. All 4 players getting back there, and Al puts it home.
So that right there, that's going to cut the Kang lead in half. Kang with Joust possession, Joust advantage, but only up by 2 currently. Still over 7 minutes to go here, so still either team's game. And yeah, that was just that shot from Al was so close. It's kind of heartbreaking when you see a shot like that almost make its way in and just not quite, but still getting the 2. But Kang now with their opportunity on offense.
Yeah, and we'll be on defense here for Spaghetti, eyeing it down, but much more collected on these passes. You can see the positioning, I think, from Kang is a bit better, and they're not going for those. They had several those cross passes earlier on where they were really long crosses directly into the path of defenders, which is unusual for Kang, but I haven't really seen that in the last several minutes now. You can see, look, much more controlled, and they're going to go over for another couple of points. Leverage getting that one in.
That was such a nice shot, and I love Subtlety's angle on it because you can really see the lane of the shot. Watch that replay, the shot right there. That is just gorgeous. Goalie tries to get a hand out, but that's a perfect shot on that pocket. yeah, I've got that. That was just a beauty. I just gotta swoon over that goal.
And Loveridge now getting cut out, but Strembitsky there to rescue for recollect on the stack. Blender's doing some more mid lane work. Just gotta shout that out, but Ow is gonna walk it on in, crossing it over, but just past the reach there. Couldn't grab it, but still another attempt. Here's Spaghetti, Oculus Satyr looking for that crossover. One more off the pole, now in the ceiling. Another good save this time though, coming in. Loveridge again, Mad's in the goal as well. You can see the stacks forming up. A great defense, but unfortunately no clear.
Yeah, what a stop in the goal there. That was by the hair of your chin. But now Ow with an opportunity. Ow going off the backboard, but another stop, but Occulizator picking that one up. Looking to make something happen. Got to back it out. Start looking for those pass options. Cross pass there to Meatballer. Meatballer taking the shot. That one's going to go low and bounce out, but Ow picking it back up on the outside the bubble, and he's going to get stuffed. Leverage picking that one up, and now turning it around for Kang. Looking for the clear here. Chains are away.
Oof, not only going crazy, but going mad with a couple of great saves there in the goal through all of the clutter defense. You can see they were bothering him so hard, but much like, well, most people go up against Mad, it's just there's no shot too tough to save for Mad. It seems like you can have 3 different defenders trying to punch him out, and he'll just punch out the disc instead.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one of the top goalies in the game, hands down. I've been ranking him up there for a while now, for a couple seasons. I can actually start saying, but Matt is going to send that one in there to Sealable. And look at the patience here from Kang. They're gonna run that clock. They're in the lead. They're in a good position. They have all the time in the world. They can do what they want, so they're gonna do what they want. And just almost toy around with this Spaghetti defense.
I was gonna say just that. This is now a very advanced game of mucking in the middle. It seems like all these passes back and forth, the aggression coming in from Spaghetti, but will it buy them? Nope, nothing but another shot in the goal. It's Strembitsky from Sealable Bag.
Did you see what they did?
They did a lot of things.
Did you see what they did though? Did you see? So they play monkey in the middle, and it's clearly annoying the player they're doing it to. It almost looks mean, right?
Yep.
Well, you see what happened? They brought that chain out. The chain was going to contest that, so they were bringing that other player back. As the chain came out, the other player went back and opens up the bubble, and that's when Kang striked. That was low, wonderful there by Cad. That was awesome.
Yeah, your reference or what Kang did? I guess both, sort of. But over here, maneuvering his Oculus Satyr, but kind of doing what Kang was being forced into those earlier rounds, where you're just kind of throwing it into the defense, and that's not going to buy you a ton of great opportunities. So definitely Spaghetti needing to find something, but ideally they gotta slow it down a little bit in just the sense that they can't have these rushed goals or these rushed passes, kind of like that one, where it's just, that's going to make it easier for Kangos to close out here. So they need to get it together, and they'll still be good. They still have time. 6 points for Spaghetti. They could make that in about 30 seconds.
And I'd like to report Rox Titan for calling out another player, as this one's going to get cleared into the zone. The bounce off the wall, but in the hands of Mad there on the back line. 3 minutes on the clock, still a 6-point game in favor of Kangarillas. And Strem's going to clear that one through the tube. Going to take the bounce down to the floor. They're picked up by Leverage. Leverage looking to do something with it. Sends it to Seal. Seal, but back to Leverage. All the stuff. Blenders says no.
Blender's doing largely what Leverage did on the other end back in round 1 or 2 with that great save. So nice one from Blenders. Definitely a very, very talented defender. But Oculus Satyr trying to get back out to the barrier, and instead was buried by a handful of Kang. And meanwhile, Al with a handful of the disc in the back lane finds Oculus Satyr, and to the bottom of the floor now it's Meatballer. Meatballer looking for the goal, gets it to go right on a couple of goalies at that were heavily bothered, and that's a 4-point match still.
That's just great movement there by Spaghetti. I mean, Occulizator and Meatballer are going to bring that one in for the 2. Cutting that Kang lead in half once again. But yeah, 8-4 here. Only 2 minutes to go, though. So Spaghetti got to start scoring quickly here if they want to come back.
Yeah, the thing is, and we can see it right there, is a deep 3 from the deep end. Strembitsky. And they're not. Thing is, they're not missing their passes, and this is surgical execution we've been seeing in this round from Kangarillas.
Yeah, this is the Kang we know and love. Shots like that. I can't even be surprised when really anybody on Kang makes a shot like that.
Ooh, that was a pretty precise delivery. Look at that, out of Blenders. Holy cow. And that was a fantastic goal. Bring it back within 4. What a hit. And a pass.
Back within 4. 1:13 on the clock. It's still Spaghetti still has an opportunity here. If they can strike quickly, they can definitely come back here in round 3.
That pass was it barely got through that tunnel. It had to go through so many tight, close quarters. Shouldn't be surprised though. Like I said, they can score really fast in just a few seconds flat. They did just that. See if they can do it again here. They're down by 4. I mean, that door is still open, just not for too long. Along the way here though, Meatballer losing out on the disc, and Strembitsky gets it back. So that's going to be very, very tough now for Spaghetti.
Yeah, it is. Sealable bag. Passing this one up to Leverage. 46 seconds on the clock. Still a 4-point game. Leverage going across here. 4 points means a minimum of 2 goals. Strem going to take that long shot. Oh, no. That's the ice.
Ice baby, as 7-point match. Clock is winding down. Strembitsky, the closer. And how many times have we seen that across his Echo career? Big hit late, 3 points at that. Kangaroos are going to take this in 3.
What a ridiculous shot by Strem. I mean, wow. I mean, just wow. You know, I don't make those. I don't hit those. That's silly. And 8 seconds ago, that one's gonna get cleared out of the bubble there. It will be round 3, 2 Kangaroos, 14-7. As we hear some extracurriculars after near the end there. But now GG's going around, and just a solid victory for Kang. But man, how close was Spaghetti to taking this one, both in round 2 and kind of almost in round 3. I mean, that was once again Spaghetti really proven that they should be here in Master Tier, and just one or 2 goals away from taking a game over Kangos.
Yep, and I think anyone who tunes in to watch these, all the viewers and watching Spaghetti just again month after month, this should be almost the expectation at this point, that you're going to see really, really contested games, and Spaghetti is going to constantly be touching up on those top teams. I mean, they're a top team themselves, in a league with 170 plus teams now, to be there in the Master Division, and to be there in the Master Division, as a team with a roster that, again, comparatively to most, have not been in Echo's competitive scene for nearly as long. So that just spells a lot of good things for them in the future. We saw the same thing. I mentioned it in the earlier streams. We saw much of the same thing, with a lot of these other up-and-coming teams, in between Team Joker, how they kind of came out of nowhere a little bit later to comp the most. They got there. We saw Team Gravity, obviously a long-time team, but a lot of their roster there, between Simon and Louis Al Pacino, their rise to the top was kind of not surprising, but at the same time, it was quick, compared to what you might expect from other players. We've seen that with players on like last season's Phantoms, especially. I know a bit of a different roster this season, but those last season's Phantoms, where they over the course of about a year just really stepped it up to become a #1 team in Europe. So Spaghetti is one of those teams along those lines where you just cannot count them out anymore at any point, because they are going to be just as big a part of this Echo competitive scene and its future or just as much as Kangos are, just as much as your Jokers are, and so on. So entertaining match for sure. Kangaroos, though, they have another task ahead of them with Instinct next.
And against the top, and if anyone has the opportunity to do it, Spaghetti and Instinct in particular, 2 teams that could.
Absolutely. But on that note, I'm gonna peace out here. You guys are gonna remain here, following Kang into their match versus Instinct. Meanwhile, I will be going to channel 2 for a cast of There Is No Team versus Servo. So you got your options. I'm gonna peace out for this one. I think Sputnik Cobra will be joining on this cast. So until then, we'll be back momentarily on both channels. I've been Palidore. That's been SirDimwi. So much for Celti on the cams. And yes, BRB.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Gills. And we have one more for you here on VRML 1 tonight, and this is Instinct versus Kangarillas. But before we get to that, I am SirDimwi, joined by so much subtlety on the cameras, and Sputnik Cobra next to me in the caster's booth. Sputnik, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm excited to see this matchup between Kangarillas and Instinct. Kangarillas able to pull off that win previously in 3 rounds. Spaghetti taking the first round. He caught the tail end of it, but I'm sure that this one is going to be just as exciting.
I do expect it to be just as exciting as Instinct this season, picking up Ender and now running that front line of Ender and Connemara Chaos with Cruisin and Kavichi on the back. And this is I mean, that is, you're talking some of the best talent on both ends there with those 2 lines. I mean, really, honestly, Cruisin and Kavichi, 2 of the best goalies I know in the game. And Connemara Chaos and Ender, 2 of the best strikers I know in the game. And put those 2 together, and you have a dream team. You have a super team. And that's exactly what Instinct is. Instinct is a super team. That's why they're up here at the top. That's why they're playing Kangarillas, another super team. And yeah, this is going to be a fantastic matchup. Maybe this is the one. Kang, they did. They got rolling in that last game. They really took over, particularly in round 3. And that's momentum they can build off of. That's something they can take into this game here. But at the same time, maybe a little bit more tired as Kangarillas, though. With the experience they have, I don't know if that's going to really play that much of a factor.
Absolutely, and as you say, these 2 super teams. This is a clash of the Titans. Instinct versus Kangarillas, and I'm anticipating such a great matchup. I really can't wait, and these teams are taking their time readying up. Well, I want to see this now. I want to see some points on the board.
Yeah, it looks like we are waiting for Shambitsky. I know he was having some issues with his audio in the last game. So maybe a similar problem occurring at the moment, maybe trying to get that figured out before we get started here. But yeah, on the left there in orange will be Instinct, and they are playing with Connemara Chaos, Cruisin, Ender, and Kavichi. And there he is, Strembitsky. On the right in blue, Kangarillas, Strem, Mad, Sealable Bag, Leverage. The typical 4. And we should get started here any moment between these 2 teams. And I'm very excited to see them face off.
Absolutely, and reading in chat, everyone's talking about what they had for lunch. What did you have for lunch, SirDimwi?
An Italian hoagie that came 2 hours too late.
2 hours too late? That's what you get for not making your own hoagie.
That's I'm out of food and I didn't feel like shopping.
Well, I can't fault you for that, but I can definitely fault that delivery driver. But that sounds like an eventful afternoon, and now I'm wishing that I had a sub sandwich.
Yeah, it was pretty good. You could tell they used, like, they cut their own ham, like they had a chunk of ham. Like, this wasn't like, it wasn't store-bought sliced ham. This was like they sliced their own good ham, and it was good. It was very good.
I hear they slaughtered the pig too, and they processed it out in the back shed, and they made it just for you.
Well, this went somewhere.
No, but trying to kill time, and of course everyone coming through saying, I had chocolate, I had homemade pizza, I had... Dimwi has... Echo Rocker coming through with, Dimwi has some nice hams. What do you think about that one, Dimwi?
Maybe.
Maybe. And Echo Rocker...
Oh my goodness.
Definitely knows some nice hams when he sees them. Echo Rocker, also known as Rocker. Don't say it like that though. But Rocker. This is how we're killing time right now. Rocker, the 5th player on Kangarillas, a strong player. We got to see him play earlier in the season against Synapse, so hopefully we'll get to see more of him as time goes on, as these weeks progress. We can get to see more of Rocker. Oh my god, I gotta stop that.
Yeah, well, no Raptor in this game. As we're about to get started here for round 1 between Instinct and Kangarillas, marquee matchup of the evening. 10 seconds on the clock. Let's get ready to I don't want to get sued. Let's go.
Ready to bumble. Okay, with the neutral joust underway. Coming out of that lower tube, Kangorilla's getting that first initial touch, sending it down towards that bubble of Instinct, and Instinct to pick it up. Kavichi with possession. He's gonna go for a clear through mid.
That one picked up by Ender, and Ender's gonna plant it in for the 3. Our first goal of round 1 to Instinct. 13 seconds in, as I see now, maybe an animation in the way of that one. Apologies for that. But yeah, what a shot there by Ender.
Yeah, pick up that clear off the Geo, finding that boost, finding that stack, finding possession, getting that long shot. So Kangorilla's to QB, holding at nest is Mad. Mad anticipating this stack approaching, but not able to get that pass. Actually, totally faking me out, getting that pass behind the other player, and Kangorillas will lose it to that stun. This Instinct defense is quick to respond and applying the pressure appropriately, so Kangorillas will take a position back in the tube, sending it up, and with that cross, it's going to be on point, so Mad, but he's going to throw that interception right in front of the shield, and they're going to send another clear, and pursuing it will be Kangorillas picking it up in their backcourt.
And what a grab there by Ender on the far side, but Kang back in possession, but maybe only for a moment. Ender's going to pick that one up, has Connemare Chaos to the far side, but Leverage is going to sneak up and steal that one, send it up to Sealable Bag now in the Instinct zone. Going to send that one up there to Strem down to Mad, move it in. Oh, the stop by Cruisin', and he's going to slap that one out of the bubble, but picked up once again by Kang here. Sealable Bag on the near side wall. Sealable moving in, taking his time, going to slow it down. We saw this in the last game too. Kang just going to slow it. They're going to wait for their opportunity. They're going to wait for a good lane, a good pass. Back to Mad. Gets that defense out, so maybe some room here for Kang to work with. Back to Mad. He's going to send it in for the 2, and that's going to be a 1-point game here, 2 minutes in.
Whoa, I talk about a give and go. Bust out your textbooks, take out the chalkboard. They're running a clinic, sending it down to lower bunker. Leverage. Mad to Leverage, back to Mad, and Mad able to put it in and put those points on the board.
So we'll be Instinct with this one cruising. Checking out that chain there. They're trying to break this one up as they're going to pass in the triangle here, back and forth. Bad bounce there, but picked up handled easily by Connemare. Going to send it back to the goalie there. Cruising, sending it up. The chain breaks up for just a moment, but gets right back together. So Ender with it. Ender under pressure. Ooh, the interception there by Strem. So now turning it around is Kang, and they're getting it right back down. Going to send it back to the backline there to Cruisin', turning it around for Instinct.
Instinct showing that they can play methodically. They can hold that possession. They're sending it back and forth in their back court and sending it forward, but not able to get it through that sliver of an opening in mid. And it will now be Kangorilla's possession. Strembitsky along the wall, looking for that cross. He's going to take it in, avoiding that defender with a slight duck, and putting another 2 points on the board.
And some objections there maybe from Instinct as Strem pulls a nice little move there to bring that one in, and a great shot as well. The angle on that, as well as dinging it on the far side, that was a great shot. No surprise there coming from Strem, but Cruisin' on the back line here, sending that one up the ceiling there to Ender. Ender looking for far side Kavichi, but can't handle it. Leverage picking it up. Leverage sending it in, but right there in the hands of Cruisin'. And Cruisin' turning it back around. Ender now at mid.
Looks like the goalie busting out their reading glasses, shutting down that angle, reading that pass trajectory, and it will be in the hands of Sealable Bag, and they have an advantageous position, going for the shot. They're not even going to go for the cross, but picking it up off the Geo is Leverage sending it back, and Strembitsky sending it back once again, so they're going to slow it down. This is what we always see from Kangos. If they don't have the advantage, if they don't have the positioning they want, they're just going to send it back and slow it down.
Still on the back line is Kangorilla's. Leverage here handling it now. Leverage across there to Strem. Strem sending that one into Sealable. Sealable cross pass to Mad. And Mad cutting in is going to plant that one for the 2. And Kang is going to take a 3-point lead here. Still over 5.5 to go in round 1. Instinct with the joust advantage.
And sorry about that, but Mad throwing it with authority, 18 meters a second. You can see that wind up, that sidearm, and slamming it right into the goal. So 3-point advantage to Kangorillas. And Instinct to QB.
So Cruisin' going down to the floor there to the right-ish to Ender. Ender going up, but right there in the hands of Strembitsky, and Strem now looking to send this one to Sealable, really wants to, but checks himself, sends that one back instead to Mad. Mad can afford it back up to Leverage. Leverage near side wall has 2 defenders here. I'm going to send it up to Strem. Strem sending that one across, looking for Sealable, but Sealable's going to get stunned before he can stuff it in. But now Leverage with it. Leverage going back to Sealable, and Sealable on the second opportunity is going to put it in. And Kangarillas is up by 5 with 5 minutes to go.
To back, they're putting more points on the board. Now they've got I can't count. They've got a 5-point lead, 4 minutes 40 seconds on the clock. Instinct has to start converting these possessions into points.
So now a quick pass up to mid, but that one's going to take a few bounces there. And now far side too. Who's going to get there first? Ooh, it will be slapped, I believe, by Strem. Sealable trying to get there. No, Strem, far side trying to get there. Connemara coming away with it. Connemara trying to get it through mid, but it takes an ugly bounce. Kavichi getting it through. Connemara there now. Connemara and Ender maybe getting a 2-on-1. If Kang can't get back, but Mad with the read. Slapping it away, but now a 3-on-1 opportunity. Maybe, ooh, Ender though. He's going to get stunned out by that chain. Sealable back for Kang. Now turning it around, sending it up there to Strem.
Shout out to Sneaky Evil, that's our joke. Stop lurking in Leaguecaster's channel, so it will be a stun out, and it will be back to Kangarillas, and getting it into the goal is Mad again. Back to back to back, Kangarillas gaining this momentum.
Yeah, what a shot there by Mad. I love the angle. That's a great angle by from Subtlety there to get that one, because you can see the ferocity from which Mad flings that one in, the strength of it, the speed of it. That was fantastic, as we'll be cruising once again on the back line here. Instinct down by 7, 3.5 to go here in round 1. And we're going to take a few bounces. Ender picking that one up, looking for Connemara, finds Kavichi. Kavichi now with Connemara, goes for the cross pass, but Leverage with the read. He's going to get that one stopped and turning it around for Kang, or for Kang. Oh my goodness. But a few bounces there. And now picked up by Sealable, who's going to get it clear through.
Won't go behind that backline player, Cruz, but quick to recover, but he's going to go kick. Strabitsky from below the goal. And Sneaky, I'm just busting your chops. But I hate that joke so much. I don't know where Wit got that from. So 3 minutes and counting. This sizable lead in the first round. Kangarillas is on fire, and they're scorching all over the court.
So 2:48 on the clock, cruising across there to Ender far side. 9-point game. It's a 3-goal game minimum. Ender going across there, looking for Connemara, hits him. Connemara, move it in. Has room to walk, so he's going to walk. Keeps going up, looking at a 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Maybe goes for that shot. Ambitious shot, particularly with Mad in the goal. The Strem now tries to send it out. Ender with the interception, and Ender's going to plant it for the 2. It's a 7-point game here. With about 2 minutes to go in round 1.
Refusing to give up those points, even though stunned out, trying to predict the trajectory of that shot. Ender just going to put it in softly at 12 meters a second, because if he would have done his wind up, maybe Mad would have been able to predict it and deflect it with his head. So Kangarillas to pick it up, Mad to QB, Mad to the side. And look at this Instinct stat come in and apply this pressure, so they will get possession. They will send it down to the floor. They will tap it right back along the wall, and they'll tap it right back again. So that's back to back. It's so many back-to-back plays and just some good movement from Instinct. It will bounce off the wall, and they may forfeit position there, but they'll tap it right back down. And with that cross and the 2 points is Connemara. So wonderfully played and brilliantly executed.
That spin there, that was sneaky as he walks that one in. He takes that spin to kind of tuck the goal under his side there to get kind of what he might see as a more favorable angle on an underhand there right at the edge. That was a great shot there by Connemara. We're back within 5 here. Just a minute 10 to go here. Strabitsky on the far side, sending that one up to Sealable. Sealable with a 1-on-1, taking the shot. And he's going to hit that for the 2, and it's back to a 7-point spread with 1 minute to go, under a minute to go.
But Instinct isn't out of this just yet, so looking to maintain this momentum. Less than a minute on the clock. They will not come back in the first round. It is unattainable. But they have the second round. They can force a third round. They just have to get in the groove, and they showed that they have the chops on offense. But this really is a battle of the better executing offense. Defense isn't really making much of a difference, although some good saves from both. But Ender able to take it in, so they're still putting points on the board. That's another 2 for them. And Instinct really looking to keep this going into the second round.
Yeah, it's definitely something they can build off of. They can push off this momentum into that second round, but it will be too little too late. It will be round 1 to Kangarillas. We are going to wait to see what that final score will be. 15 seconds on the clock as Matt takes that one to the ceiling there, inverted. And taking his time, just going to let the clock run. Under 10 seconds to go there. That was going to bounce down to the floor. Connemara trying to check that one down. It does get there. Looking to take this final shot, probably. Cross pass there to Ender. Ender puts it in for the 3. Excuse me, Kabichi puts it in for the 3, but too little too late. We'll be 14-12, round 1 to Kangarillas.
Excuse me, it's good round.
Talk about carrying that momentum. It's only a 2-point differential in this first round. We said that they were out of it at a 7-point spread, at a 9-point spread, and they were able to close it down to 2 in the first round. So really, when people go back to look at this, it's going to look like an incredibly close game, but really just Kangarillas maybe relaxing a little bit in the latter half of this first round and allowing Instinct to find these points.
Yeah, speaking of points, game high currently to Ender with 7. And also picking up 2 saves there is Cruz, and also Mad with the save. And Mad also picking up 6 points. I missed that a moment ago. Kawishi with 3, Connemara with 2. Kawishi also picking up 3 assists. Substantial. Sealable bag with 4 points, 3 assists. Trubisky with 4 points, 1 assist. Leverage with 2 assists there. That's a lot of effort from both teams so far in this game.
Absolutely, and reading the chat in the halftime of this round, I think it was around the halftime, they were saying this is over, game to Kangos. Well, if you don't like this, then you don't like Echo Arena. This is a great matchup, and this is how Echo Arena can swing back and forth and really finding momentum and catching fire was Instinct in that latter half of the first round. So, like we said, they're looking to carry this momentum into the second round, and they have the potential to force 3 rounds.
And they absolutely do. I mean, Instinct is a very, very competent team. As looks like, yeah, restart there. Looks like a timeout has been taken by Kangarillas here between rounds. Leverage currently not in the game. Maybe dropping out. Maybe I have to fix a tech issue, or maybe just needs to take a call. As between rounds, timeouts are at your discretion, as they might say.
Let's talk about. So, what are you gonna eat tomorrow? You had ham today, and Echo Rocker coming through saying you had some nice hams. I really like that comment, and I'm gonna tease you a little bit on that one.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not liking that one. All right.
No.
So, no, but definitely looking forward to having a good lunch tomorrow. I mean, I'm hungry for some Echo Arena games too, so hopefully I can get my casting set up and my camming set up going a-okay, and I can catch some matches tomorrow. And Newton Dad coming in chat saying, ham? Question mark? Question mark. Is that a man who likes his pork products? And there's no innuendo in that one.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am.
And Hagen coming in with ham, and Suburban Legend, who is now the artist formerly known as Suburban Legend, now known as Burbs. Burbs. Who is an artist. If you ever watch the episode of The Stack, you can see some of the, not pottery, it's not, what is it, model, I really don't know, it escapes me, and this is a simple term.
Rocks Titan taking exception to the name Burbs.
Yeah, Rocks Titan really putting a fire in this chat, looking to cook some meats. Maybe he's trying to cook some meats with the heat he's starting in the chat with that sweet baby rays. I'm just smoking some meats.
Why? Yeah, all right, I got a question.
All right.
Why is Sweet Baby Rays everywhere?
I actually do not like Sweet Baby Rays.
I'm not a fan either, but it's like 90% of the barbecue sauce section in my town. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe maybe they just sell a lot of it. Maybe it's a regional preference. I'm not a big fan of Southern barbecue. I lived in the mountains of Virginia, and all this town in Virginia, all they had like a bluegrass festival like once a year, and all they had was barbecue. And I despise barbecue now. Like, that's the only thing the town did. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of barbecue. I like Hawaiian barbecue, Filipino barbecue, but like American barbecue, no, get that out of here.
I don't know, man. I grew up in the South. I love a good barbecue.
If you want to hear me drop an F-bomb, you can come to my personal stream where I drop them all the time. But I will never do it in a VRML cast.
What are you hearing, Spot or B-Love?
Korean barbecue is good.
Yes, it is.
Filipino barbecue is good. Hawaiian barbecue is good. Southern American barbecue, I can't stand anymore. But with that being said, we're going to have the neutral joust underway with the countdown underway, and we're going to get right back into this.
So will be Instinct getting the headbutt on that joust, finding its way down into the bubble there, and Sealable getting a grab on it, but sending it to the near side wall. Mad picking it up. Mad going to send it back to Bowtie there to Strem. Now working it forward is Kangarillas. They have players boosting in now, forming up in the offensive zone. Strem going to send it back to the backline there to Sealable. Sealable now moving in on the on the stacks right at center. Slowing it down here. Kang doing the patient thing that they do, looking for that impasse, going to slow it down, looking for the lanes. Something needs to open up. Ooh, the grab there by Ender. That one's going to get sent out through the tube.
Able to react and shut down that angle, pushing off the shield, and Kangarillas with possession, sending it right back, but losing it on the floor to pick it up is Ender. And Ender with this approach, but shutting it down is Loveridge with those outstretched hands, sending it cross to Strumbitsky. And Strumbitsky looking for that clear, actually that pass up to Mad. So Mad with this forward position, approaching the goal. Kangarillas looking to stop these stacks, and hot on his heels is a member of Instinct, so he will drop down to the floor. He will try and find a pass, and looking for that cross, actually opting just to send it back, and they're going to slow it down like they always do. They're going to send it to the wall to Loveridge.
Leverage now on the station block. Look for the pass back to mid there, but now going to be handled by Strem. Strem moving across, look for a cross pass there. Nobody able to handle it, and it's going to be picked up by Ender. Ender going to clear it out through mid, takes a bounce all the way down, going to bounce off of the barrier there. And to the near side wall, Leverage picking it up. Leverage just going to forward it through the tube. Gets through the tube, but into the hands of Ender now. Ender under pressure by two Kang players. Look for the cross pass. Does ultimately find Connemara on the far side. So almost 2 minutes gone here in round two. Cruising on the back line. Still 0-0. Neither team having scored just yet. This one finding its way there too. Well, looking for Kavichi, but Mad ultimately going to pick that up and send it back to Leverage, who's going to turn it around now for Kang.
Minutes on the clock, so they've already burned 2 minutes, and it's still scoreless and just back and forth. A lot of great stops in the bubble, a lot of great saves, and able to just send it right back into Kodamara's hands. He got faked out, and then Kodamara will send that interception to Mad. Mad looking to seal and getting it right in the hands of Strumbitsky, and Strumbitsky off the inner backboard at 3 meters, and he sees it and he delivers it. So that's 2 points on the board. The Kangarillas will start this round off.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 15 seconds in, but what a beautiful shot there by Strum. The wind-up underhand to hit just like the tip of the cone there. Pop that into the goal. Beautiful shot. And it will be Instinct now with the joust advantage, down by 2, 7:20 on the clock. Ender under assault, so he's going to send that one back to Cruising. Cruising through mid. Takes a bounce there and going to find its way to Mad. So an immediate turnover. Kangarillas now with this one. Mad on the back line. Sending this one to the near side too. Going to take a bounce off the lip and into the hands of Kavichi, who's going to scoop it back there to Ender. Ender now moving in. Ender look for the back pass to the back line to Cruising. Cruising, deep pass into Ender. Ender, opportunity maybe. It's Connemara across. Connemara taking that one. Connemara pulling the defense out. You're going to send that one back to the back line there to Cruising. They're going to look to pull this the Kangarilla defense out of the bubble. Leverage looking to bite a little bit. Cruising moving up. Going to pass it up there. Kavichi. Kavichi is going to plant that one in for the 2, and Instinct is going to tie it up here in round 2. 6.5 to go.
Some advanced plays, really great give and goes. They had a give and go. They sent it back to mid, and then they sent it right up to Ender at ceiling. So really just trying to pull that defense out of position, and they succeeded at closer range than expected. So they will get this done. Getting this done is Kavichi applying pressure on that initial joust advantage. But Kangarilla is quick to respond. Loveridge will get possession, send it up to Strumbitsky. Strumbitsky really finding that verticality, going for that long shot, and it's on point. So he sees it and he delivers another one, but this time for 3 points. Put it on the board. That's a 3-point lead to Kangarillas.
32 meters out, 18 meters a second. And yeah, Kangarillas going to go up 5-2 here in round 2. 5:45 on the clock as we come out of the tubes here. Instinct with that joust advantage. And Cruisin going to handle this one. Cruisin looking to draw that chain out. And this is Instinct. We saw them set up just like this earlier. Very aggressive Kang defense. And is it going to pay off? It does. Sealable bag going to pick that up. And turnover here to Kang is Mad. Collects this one on the back line. Near side wall. Gets it ultimately over to Leverage. Leverage can't play it. He's got Conor Chaos leeching, trying to back pass it to Cruisin. Cruisin with the slap up. Does find Ender. And Ender now across there to Kavichi. So Instinct in possession. Instinct looking to set up on offense.
Pushing that one to the ceiling, but recovering it with that stack and approaching the bubble and going for it. And it's going to bounce off the back of his teammate's head. And it's going to bounce off the crossbar, so not able to connect on that play. Wonderfully executed, but not able to finish it. So picking up at the ceiling will be Mad. Mad sending it through Mad, and closing down that angle will be Cruisin in the back line. So Cruisin will send it right off that upper geo pass, and another give and go, but the stop from Mad, able to read the angle, refusing to let that through, and it will go up to Sealable, who will find the clear and look at that Kangarilla's stack. They are approaching the bubble, but not able to read it, and Leverage getting it, and there's 3-1 advantage in the bubble, but not able to find that pass. It will bounce off the geo and out of the bubble, and into the hands of Konamara. Konamara will lose it, recover it, and get that clear through mid.
But now Shrem picking that one up. Shrem's going to clear it out into the Instinct zone. Cruising on the back line, pick that one up here for Instinct. Currently down by 3 is Instinct. 4:10 on the clock. Sending it through the near side tube all the way down into the Kang bubble. Conor Chaos trying to get there. Conor Chaos under pressure. Looking to bring this one in. Has a 1-on-2. He's going to walk it. No, he's going to back it out there to Ender. Ender is going to get stunned out, and Mad with the turnover. He's going to get that one cleared out right there in the hands of Cruising. Cruising going to send it right back in. Down to the floor there, away from the goalie Strem. And but ultimately picked up by Mad. Mad is going to clear that one out of the bubble.
Look at that clear, able to read it off the upper geo is Kangarillas and getting that forward possession, but under pressure they will get stunned. Cruising quick to respond. These backline players are playing out of position admittedly, but they are doing a great job. They can play anywhere on the court and they're showing it, so getting that stun again will be Instinct. Trying to get that forward pass, it will bounce off Bowtie down to floor. It's a scramble for possession, but Kangaroo is able to come out on top, and Leverage sending it through, and Cruisin reading that angle and stopping it.
Cruisin sending that one up there to Ender. And Ender's going to forward that one up to Conor. Conor though with the back pass. Look for the back pass down the floor there. Ender's going to center that one back to Cruisin. Cruisin though mishandles it, gets it back, sends it back to Ender. Now Ender trying to move it forward here for Instinct, moving up close to the bubble, walking it in, goes high there too. Conor, and Conor is going to plant it in for the 2. It's a 1-point game here with 2:50 on the clock.
This is a close one, so time is running out, but it's anyone's game. It's a 1-point advantage to Kangarillas. That can be easily upset. And Kangarillas 2 QB, Mad's going to take it, invert, and go to ceiling. Send it down to Pac-Man. They're going to roll out with an inverted rollout, excuse me. So Mad with it, with that give and go, able to get forward along this court. Not under pressure yet. He's got breathing room. And with that stun, he's going to dish it to the side, so Strumbitsky will pick it up. And they're playing this different offense. They're trying to play with his advantage inverted, trying to read these different angles on this Instinct defense, and maybe they will get it. So Sealable bag to hold from post, not getting what he wants, sending it back to Bowtie, and approaching his Leverage sending up the ceiling, and Strumbitsky juking out that defender, but not able to get through him, and the stun will come through.
So 1:47 on the clock. Mad picking that one up. Mad going to send it to the back line there to Strem. Strem now turning it around, has a teammate on his back, going to clear it through. Going to take that bounce and find its way to Conor. So 1:37 on the clock, 1-point game. Kavichi sending that one up to Ender. Ender sending this one in deep. And no, Mad on the back line, not going to let that one happen. So turning it around once again is Kang. 1:27 on the clock. Kang sending this one in deep into the bubble there. Strem is going to get there first. Sealable. And Sealable is going to send that one in off the backboard for the 2. And it's a 3-point game. 3-point game to Kangarillas.
Nice touch from Sealable bag, able to read that clear from Mad, able to find that stack and really just get in that position. and not slamming it in. It's a kind of soft slap, so it will be in the hands of Instinct to QB, sending it down to Konamara, and Konamara sending it to Tube, and they're going to slap it back, and they're going to try and find some type of advantage on this Kangorilla's defense.
So Ender now moving through the near side tube, walking it up, sending it far side to Connemara. Connemara going to send it immediately back there to Cruzen on the back line. Cruzen slowing it down. Cruzen sitting this one in. It's well, it's out of reach of his teammates. Going to be picked up by Strem. 36 seconds. Kang is still up by 3 here. Going to find its way into the near side trap. 31 seconds on the clock. Picked up by Connemara. Connemara turning this one around for Instinct under pressure. Gets it stolen. Strem with that one. Strem sending this one in. Strem taking the shot, but no. Cruzen gonna pick that one up. Send it back towards mid. 20 seconds on the clock. Connemara with the disc.
Lovers, they're hanging on by a thread, and that initial long shot from Strumbitsky could have sunk them if Instinct was able to recover, so 10 seconds and counting. Going for that cross, it's not going to be on point, but time is running out for Instinct. They have to get down court, they have to boost, and they're going to send the interceptions to Matt, and that's going to be the nail in the coffin. It's going to be Kangorillas in 2.
And the round comes to a close.
And yeah, what a close round 2 there, but no, Kang will take this series into against Instinct. So Kang closing out 2 games in a row here tonight, both as victories. And yeah, very good win here. The round 1, both games within a goal. 14-12 in round 1 as Instinct almost came back, and 7-4 in round 2 as both teams were being held up by the other. At the end, you've got Cruzen with 3 saves, Mad with 3 saves, save a piece to Ender, Connemara Chaos, and Leverage. And then game high points does ultimately go to Strem with 9, but still 6 apiece to Mad, sealable bag, 7 to Ender, 5 to Kavichi, 4 to Connemara Chaos. A lot of numbers to go around for both teams, but just a solid victory for Kang. But Instinct showing that they're in the right place. They're supposed to be playing Kang, and it's I'll say it once again. I said it to start the night before the Kang Spaghetti game. I'll say it again. It's only a matter of time before one of these teams starts taking down these top teams, and I look forward to it, but tonight's just not that night.
Soon the Titans will fall and we will all rejoice and all that good stuff, but tonight it won't happen. But with that being said, I've got nothing else. I am hungry for barbecue, but not American Southern barbecue. But I think I started something in chat, and I'm going to leave it for them to bicker, and I'm going to leave it to you, SirDimwi. What a great game.
Yeah, that was a good game, and I do believe it will be our final on the evening. I know Palidore is was doing one over there in Channel 2. I'll check the schedule, just make sure we're going to be done here. I know I'm going to be done for the evening. So, whoops, wrong page there. Okay, according to Subtlety, there are no more games on the evening, so that will do it for us. So yeah, I guess that'll be it for the evening, and a bunch of good games it was. As I lose all my stuff, my reference. There we go. All right, so I guess that'll be it. So you just watched Instinct versus Kangorillas. I've been SirDimwi with Sputnik Cobra and Silver Subtlety. This has been VRML. We thank you very much for joining us, and you have a wonderful evening.